Hello and welcome to your week ahead tarot forecast reading. I'm going to talk through the energies of the week ahead by pulling some tarot cards, and I'll offer you a few questions to reflect and journal on throughout the upcoming week. And this reading will be for the week of April 25th through May 1st, and I'll be pulling one card for each day of the week. And one thing that's fun about this upcoming week is we have a new moon that is also a partial eclipse that will be taking place on Saturday. So depending on where you are, it might be Saturday or it might be Sunday, May 1st. But we do have that new moon coming up. All right, so let's see what card is starting us off today. So for our Monday, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like this card comes up for us a lot in here. So when I see the Queen of Pentacles, and on this card we see a person seated on a throne. She has a pentacle rested in her lap, and the scene is just very beautiful and lush. There's a lot of outside, we have a mountain in the background and a river going by. There's a bunny, so a lot of connection to nature here. And connection to the queens are very loving and nurturing. So this might be asking you to spend some time early in your week when you might be very busy with the rush of all the things that need to get done on a Monday, to just slow down and stop. Maybe sit, look outside, enjoy what your surroundings are, and really nurture yourself by slowing down. And I don't know, I'm getting this real stop and smell the roses kind of feeling from this card tonight. And there are some pretty flowers up above at the top. So yeah, so don't get so caught up in the busy rush of the week and your plans for the week that you forget to sit and just relax a little bit. If you've got some water nearby to look at, you can enjoy that as well. So start out slow this week. And then Tuesday, we have the Six of Swords. And on this card, there is a person kind of ferrying two people away on a boat. You can see there's an island up ahead, and they seem kind of downcast. Their heads are bowed as they're traveling on this boat that has six swords poked through it. And swords have to do with our thoughts and ideas. And with this card, it feels like a leaving behind and a moving on. So as your Tuesday is coming around, think about what it is that you're stepping away from and what this is opening up in your life. So in what ways do you need to move on? And what things are ahead of you? I'm looking at this island that they're kind of heading toward. There's land in sight. So even if you're feeling a little bit lost at the beginning of the week, there's a goal that you're moving towards. And I feel like if these figures were to just maybe look up and see that ahead, they might feel a little bit more positive about what's to come, and maybe less focused on what they're having to leave behind. And also take a moment to consider your transportation. I'm just thinking about these six swords stabbing through the boat. I mean, if there's holes in your boat, you're not going to get there very well. So is there anything that you're trusting to carry you to the next place? And I'm not necessarily your literal car, but if this comes up to mean that you need to get your car looked at on Tuesday, then go for it. But just think about what you use to transport you in, mentally, what's carrying you forward. And, because these are swords, and are the ideas that are carrying you forward really benefiting you and taking you to where you need to be? Or are you getting any kind of, I don't know, there's just those negative thoughts that may poke holes in in your boat to success. So keep an eye out for those kind of things early in this week. And then as we get into Wednesday, we have the Magician. So it's always nice to get this card of manifesting your desires and bringing things to life in our week ahead readings. And so on this card, we see a figure with all the tools of the suits in tarot on his table. So there's a cup and a pentacle, there's a sword and a wand, and he has one arm raised and the other pointing downward. So it's just a reminder that you have all of these tools at your disposal. So maybe these represent the different lessons that you've learned and the resources that you've gathered along the way on your journey. When the Fool meets with the Magician, it's very early on in the Fool's journey. So the Fool being card 0, this being card 1, it's that early instruction that these are the tools that are going to help you. And so think about what tools are in your backpack, so to speak. What kind of things have you learned and can you bring with you on this journey that you're embarking on? So if we see this after the Six of Swords, so maybe this is the point where the figures have gotten to that island and now they're in the position to use their resources to their advantage and to create something. So on Wednesday, a question you might ask yourself is, what are these tools that I can use? And what am I trying to create or manifest right now? And maybe even just who is my resource for this? Because this card could be representing you as the Magician in your life, but it could also be representing someone else. Just as the Fool is meeting this figure on their journey, maybe this is someone who is a wise teacher who you can talk to, who knows some of the answers to what you're looking for and knows how to use some of the resources that you have maybe a little bit better than you do. So it maybe could represent, talking or listening to someone who is going to help you to create what it is that you're trying to bring into your week. And then we have, for Thursday, the Five of Pentacles. So whenever fives come up, it's often some kind of struggle, some kind of challenge that may not be fun or easy, but it does help us to learn a lesson along the way. On this card, we see two figures who they're just in really bad shape. They are kind of stumbling along. One has crutches. They look like they've come on some hard times and they might be injured or ill. They're trudging through the snow and they're looking kind of down and away, but they're walking right past this beautiful stained glass window. And maybe this is a cathedral. Maybe this is a place where they can get some support and help, but they're walking past it and not noticing it. So this card is asking you to think about where your resources and your support lie. Is there anything that you're overlooking? Are you feeling kind of challenged right now, but at the same time, are you missing what could be supporting you in this challenge? And I think it's always a good reminder when I see this card for myself is to just not get so caught up in self-pity that I overlook the resources that I do have and the support system that I do have. But, apart from that, this card could also be asking you to look out the window and recognize who's there outside and who might need your support right now. So maybe you're in the position to give that kind of aid to someone else, and just being aware of who in your immediate surroundings or in your community might need that help. And since we have this coming right after the Magician, with the Magician, just feels like all of what you need is there. And then seeing this 5 afterward, it's these people have forgotten that they have those resources in the Magician. So, we are all in a way magicians, and we all have certain abilities and resources that we can use. And sometimes we forget that when we focus on lack and scarcity. So I think it's just reminding you this Thursday to think about, where are my resources, and who is able to support me? Who am I being asked to help and support right now? And then on Friday, we have the Six of Cups. And on this card, we see two children. One is handing a cup full of flowers to the other one, and the other 5 cups are all filled with pretty flower as well. There's a castle in the background, and it's a very kind of happy card. Sixes are often about partnership. They correlate to the Lover's card 6 in the Major Arcana. And this card is often called the nostalgia card. So it's looking back on happy memories. So coming right after the 5 of Pentacles, that 5 of Pentacles doesn't feel like a very happy card, but it's right after this, we're being reminded to look back on happier times. And maybe that'll help us remember those magician qualities that we have in ourselves. And maybe that's why we're asked to slow down with the Queen of Pentacles and just kind of sit in our environments at the beginning of the week. It's just so that when we get to some of these more challenging points, we can remember just what it was that maybe we did in the past when those kind of challenges came up. So if you're using the Six of Cups to reflect back, maybe there was a time when you had this difficulty before, but you were able to overcome it, or there was something that you did that helped, or someone in your life who helped and supported you then. So just looking back to those happier times and how that can help you as you're continuing to move forward, this Six of Swords, towards the next thing this week. So where are we at? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so then that takes us to Saturday with our eclipse. And we get the Empress, which is a lovely card that makes me think once again of just the nature and fertility and love. This card goes very nicely with the Queen of Pentacles that we started with. She's also seated. There's also water in the background, but while the water in the Queen of Pentacles was a still river, the water in the Empress is actively flowing. It has a little waterfall going down off the side. And she just looks so relaxed. She's got a scepter in her hand. She's got these beautiful crown of stars in her hair. And there's a symbol for Venus on her throne. And that's that connection to love and beauty and relationships that the planet Venus is also associated with. So with the Empress on this new moon, I think it's reminding you, one, to tap into that love of self. So do some things that are really nourishing and supportive and loving. Show that love to yourself. And also to spend some time showing that affection to someone who's close to you. So maybe a partner or friends or a loved one, and just honoring those relationships and maybe setting some intentions around that, around the themes of Venus, the themes of the Empress. So do some research on both of those archetypes and see what comes up for you as far as intention setting goes. And we're going to be talking more about, the sign that this new moon is in and all of that when we meet again. But yeah, just keep the Empress in mind. So you might ask yourself on Saturday, just how can I show myself more self-love, and how can I strengthen my relationships? Or if you're tapping into the creative side of the Empress along with the Magician here. So what am I creating and manifesting, and how can I bring more of that creativity into my life during this next moon cycle? And coming right after the Six of Cups. I'm thinking to look back on your past and the happy memories associated with the themes of the Empress. So when did this show up for you in the past, and how can you bring those good memories forward? How can you nurture the part of you that is feeling kind of like you're struggling from this Five of Wands? So what love can you give yourself, and how can you really heal that inner Five of Pentacles, whatever that represents to you? And yeah, just showing yourself lots of love and showing love to others too. And then with Sunday, we have the Ace of Swords. And this is a good card to come right after, right as we're in this new moon, because aces are opportunities. And with swords, we have this mental aspect, the thoughts, the ideas, the mind, and on this card, we have a hand coming out of a cloud and offering up the sword. So there's some kind of opportunity, some kind of thought, some kind of idea that's ready to be born as this new moon is coming, as it's ending, and as this new cycle is beginning. As the new moon wipes the slate clean, there's space for something new to come up. The other swords card that we have in this set is the Six of Swords. So something was left and something was moved on from. And now at the end of the week or the beginning of next week, we have the opportunity for something new to come in to kind of take that place. And you'll have to see what that is, what idea is going to come to you on Sunday or throughout this week that will set you up for your next week, your next cycle, your next, however that shows up for you. And this is also one of the tools on the Magician's table, is a sword. So even if you didn't pick that sword up, that idea up on Wednesday, it comes right back to you on Sunday as an opportunity, reminding you that, well, you might have missed this, but here it is, and it's ready for you now. So maybe this is an idea that you've been playing with for a while, and it just never felt like the right time. Well, you're getting this impetus, this opportunity, this invitation with the Ace of Swords to finally take that and run with it. But it's just an invitation. It doesn't mean you have to. So if you are feeling not ready for that sword, then that's okay too. Because, ideas are just there. They don't have to be jumped on every single time. And it'll be up to you to decide, do I have enough on my plate already? Or is this something I really want to take? Because the hand is offering it out of the cloud, but you don't have to take it. And only you can know if it's right for you. So we started our week on Monday with the Queen of Pentacles, this reminder to slow down, give yourself some love, and maybe spend some time outside. With the Six of Swords, you're reflecting on what you're leaving behind and what it's allowing you to move closer to. Also, focusing on, are your thoughts and ideas helping you, or are they slowing the process? Are they sinking the boat? Then with the Magician, on Wednesday, you're reminded that you have the tools that you need to manifest, to create, whatever it is that you're trying to do. You've got those tools available to you. On Thursday, there's this idea of needing to give support or receive support from others, and just remembering that you do have those resources available to you, that support team to help you. And then on Friday, we have the Six of Cups, asking us to reflect back emotionally, because it's cups, on a happy time and use that energy to move you into the next stage of your life. With the Empress, we are reminded to love ourselves, to nourish our relationships, and to create those things that are being asked to be birthed into the world. And then finally, Sunday, we'll be back here again, but we are given this idea, this opportunity at the end that can carry us into the next week, that we can choose to take or to release depending on what we decide is best for us.